I'm your host, Jose Yanes, and thanks for joining me in today's Bolivian economic newscast. Currently at 94th in GDP worldwide ranking, the GDP of Bolivia is 78.35 billion, with a growth rate of 3.7%. The data has shown long-term growth over the past 3 years, and the growth rate has been decreasing over the past 3 years, yet there is still yearly growth. The growth has the potential to alleviate poverty, a dream the Bolivian people have had since Evo Morales stepped up to the spot of president. One of his goals is to create opportunities and expand the country's agricultural sector, which is struggling heavily right now. Bolivia has a high unemployment level. The percentage of people who are out of work, actively seeking work, but unable to get work is at 7.5% in 2016, considered a high number of NRU, or natural rate of unemployment. The natural rate of unemployment is the combination of cyclical and structural unemployment that persists in an efficient, expanding economy when labor and resource markets are in equilibrium. The rate has proven that the nation has not been able to fully stabilize the output of equilibrium without cyclical unemployment, meaning that the unemployment could lower, but they are not in a recession. In a report by the World Factbook, they state that the inflation rate is at 3.9%, and it is the percentage change in consumer price index. 3.9% is in the low inflation rate and is considered to be low and stable. This is the most desired range for most countries, over which consumers' confidence over stability of future prices is sound. Businesses and households can invest, spend, and save without fear of future erosions in the value of their savings and investments. The GDP per capita is at $7,200, and the Gini index is at 46.6, which is a high number but around the average worldwide. This means that not everybody in the nation can enjoy the wealth of the economy. The Lorenz curve for Bolivia is the graphical representation of wealth distribution in the country. The distribution of wealth is very big between the top earners and the low earners. There's very big inequality, but since Evo Morales took the presidency, he has hugely declined the inequality in the country. Evo has also decreased poverty by 25% by 2011 since he took his presidency, and has decreased extreme poverty by 43%, almost taking away half of the extreme poverty in his country. And this downward trend of poverty has continued to this day, and it is one of the things that the Bolivian population rejoiced the most about Evo's presidential achievements. Evo has not just eliminated half of the poverty in his country, he has also quadrupled his country's minimum wage since he began his presidency. It has gone from 440 bolivianos to 1,440 bolivianos in the space of 9 years, a remarkable feat in such a short period of time. The percentage GDP that the government is spending is at 17.5%. This is a pretty average number worldwide, but it should be higher considering that they are trying to greaten and strengthen the economy. But the reality is that almost half of Bolivia's GDP is being put in the international reserves, which gives the country protection against external shocks and preventing the country from entering crisis in case of emergency. The downside to this is that this money is not being injected into the economy as subsidy or public goods.